Hello everyone, welcome to the Canadian International School here in Vietnam.
With over 15 years of growth and development, the Canadian International School, CIS, has been at the forefront of educational excellence. Through continuous curriculum refinement, facility upgrades, and the expansion of extracurricular programs, the school ensures the holistic development of every student. CIS, a leading international school in Ho Chi Minh City, offers a comprehensive education program for students from grade 1 to grade 12. With a focus on whole child development, CIS delivers academically rigorous programs while nurturing critical thinking, creativity, and global citizenship. At the core of our mission is the CIS 5-Star Promise, a commitment to excellence across 5 key pillars. Star students, a generation of exceptional learners, empowered to shine across academics, arts, and athletics. At CIS, students are encouraged to explore, express, and excel in every passion they pursue. Star teachers and coaches, guided by Dr. Chandra Mcgowan, head of school, and supported by elite mentors such as national swimmer Nguyen Thi An Bien and international chess grandmaster Ho Wang Pong. Our world-class educators are the backbone of student success. Star facilities. Learning at CIS happens everywhere. Over 50,000 square meter modern campus in Phu My Hung includes an Olympic standard swimming pool, a FIBA grade basketball court, an outdoor golf range, a 3D golf simulator, and multi-purpose learning spaces that meet every learning need. Star parents. Our parent community includes experts and entrepreneurs from diverse industries and nationalities, building a multicultural, connected, and supportive environment for every family. Star programs. CIS delivers internationally recognized academic programs such as AP and IB, equipping students with a strong foundation for success at top universities worldwide. We are proudly accredited by leading international education bodies, including the Council of International Schools, CIS, Cognia, and the Western Association of Schools and Colleges, WASC, affirming our global standards and commitment to excellence. We also celebrate a strong culture of community through our 4 houses, Phoenix, Kraken, Hydra, and Severs. Students learn about values, leadership, and teamwork while embracing what makes them unique. At CIS, learning goes far beyond the classroom. This is where students build creativity, confidence, leadership, and lifelong skills, unlocking their full potential. We're shaping global leaders with bold vision, global knowledge, and a future-ready mindset.
There's a house we can build. Every room inside is filled with things from far away. Special things I compile, each one there to make you smile on a rainy day. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say we've lost our minds. I don't care if they call us crazy. Run away to a world that we design.
Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams keeping me awake. What the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. for the world we're gonna make.
However big, however small, let me be part of it all. Share your dreams with me. You may be right, you may be wrong, but say that you'll bring me along to the world you see, to the world I close my eyes to see. I close my eyes to see.
Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head.
A million dreams that keep me.
A million dreams, a million dreams. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
For the world we're gonna make.
The IB wasn't just a program, it was a journey that shaped who we are.
You are the global citizens advocating for change.
These 2 years have taught me more than academics. They taught me unity, resilience,
We're so proud of you. You're finally graduating.
As we step into the next chapter of our lives, always remember, don't forget to smile and be kind to each other.
Tính tới thời điểm này là bé đã có trọn 10 năm với hệ thống trường quốc tế Canada của mình và gia đình rất là hài lòng về việc đó, cũng như là hài lòng với những cái sự lựa chọn từ những ngày đầu tiên của mình. Một trong những cái lý do rất là quan trọng khi mà tụi thơ gửi con ở đây là bởi vì thơ thấy hệ thống trường của mình có một cái chương trình không chỉ là về học thuật mà lại rất là đều, xen kẽ giữa học thuật, nghệ thuật và thể thao, thể chất. Và đó là cái điều mà tôi nghĩ là bất cứ phụ huynh nào cũng sẽ rất là yên tâm.
Và một cái minh chứng rõ nét nhất là sau 10 năm bé An Nhiên theo học tại trường quốc tế Canada thì đó là cháu đang rất là trưởng thành dần dần lên và cháu cũng rất là tự tin. Thì đó là một điều mà vợ chồng mình rất là vui.
Thì có những cái môn học của An Nhiên ở trường, đặc biệt là cái giai đoạn sau này, khoảng từ lớp 9 trở đi, thơ cực kỳ ấn tượng. Đối với thơ, một sinh viên năm 2 chưa chắc làm được một cái business proposal, một cái kế hoạch kinh doanh tốt như bé đang làm. Thơ cực kỳ ấn tượng với việc đó. Bản thân thơ hồi trước thấy là kể cả ba của bé cũng không có biết là An Nhiên có khiếu vẽ đâu. Mà tự nhiên đến khi mà bé đưa cho ba mẹ xem cái bản bé phát họa, bác vẽ kiểu vẽ sketch mà kiểu kiến trúc á. Không thể tin nổi là con mình có thể vẽ được như vậy. Thành ra Thơ nghĩ là trường cũng đã khơi gợi được những cái tiềm năng của bé mà chính gia đình cũng chưa phát hiện được.
Tức là giúp bé khai phá ra được những cái năng khiếu và những cái sở trường của từng bé. Và còn yên tâm hơn khi mà phụ huynh thấy con em của mình mỗi khi sáng thức dậy rất là háo hức được đến trường. Tức là cháu rất yêu thích cái môi trường học tập này. Thì điều đó là điều rất là đáng mừng.
Khoảng thời gian mà An Nhiên học ở đây, cái điều mà làm cho Thơ cũng như là gia đình rất là vui là không phải chỉ thấy những cái kết quả học tập rất là tốt của An Nhiên, mà những cái hoạt động mà con tham gia giúp cho cái cuộc sống giống như học đường đó, nó không có bị mà quá nhàm chán, mà nó có rất là nhiều cái hoạt động xen kẽ với nhau. Thành ra Thơ cũng có thể thấy được cái niềm vui mà khi mà bé về bé chọn bài hay là biên đạo múa với nhau như thế nào, chọn mặc trang phục gì để biểu diễn trong những cái ngày đó, thì làm cho cái bé rất là phấn chấn. Và Thơ nghĩ là khi đã phấn chấn như vậy thì cũng sẽ giúp cho bé tốt hơn trong cái việc mà học tập của mình. Những cái feedback, những cái lời mà giáo viên báo lại cho phụ huynh biết trong những cái buổi họp đó trên cái tinh thần rất là xây dựng, nghĩa là nêu rất là rõ luôn là bé tốt cái này, cái bé có thể improve hơn nữa, bé có thể làm tốt hơn nữa bằng cách như thế nào. Đó là một cái điều mà Thơ rất là cảm kích về cái cách sắp xếp rất là khoa học của nhà trường. Càng về sau, An Nhiên càng thể hiện được cái sự độc lập, cái sự tự chủ của mình rõ ràng hơn, và bé có cái định hướng rất là rõ ràng về những cái công việc bé muốn làm.
Thì đó là cái sự thay đổi và cảm nhận rõ nét nhất mà từ cháu An Nhiên. Và khi cháu muốn cái gì cháu đều trình bày là tại sao con muốn và con muốn như thế nào. Thì đó là cái điều mà làm cho Bình Minh cũng như anh Thơ là rất là yên lòng nhất.
I applied to all of top in the group of 8 universities in Australia, and so far I've received 6 conditional offers. Also very pleased that I was the vice president of the first generation of Music Council. I first joined CIS was entering grade 11. That's when I knew about the scholarship program that CIS was offering to people outside of their school. Out of luck, I got the 70% scholarship for the first year and the same amount for the second year. This is a huge opportunity for me to be able to learn in such a great beauty program, and I'm very thankful about it. As an IB student, I chose one of my subjects is business as a higher level because I want to pursue digital marketing and commerce. I actually knew that I wanted to do marketing, basically and partly influenced by my mom and my business teacher, Mr. Dan, who I'm very, 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 very thankful up until now. My mom herself is a marketing director, and I just admire her very much because of her job. I actually joined Music Council initially just because I want to sing for the school event, but when I actually commit and actually go deeper with the club and the council itself, there's such factors of being a leader that I found in myself. For example, to be able to listen to other people's opinion. I should give balanced advice and just basically clear communication. So something that I would say to upcoming kids who's joining not only just Music Council but any council or club is that just risk it, just go into it and commit to it, try and give your very best, because you don't know what would happen, and maybe you would find your potential skills or version of yourself that you might not know just yet. So yeah, try it. literally everyone in CIS for making my last 2 high school years such memorable. I feel like thank you is not enough because without them, I know that I won't be the CC here today, but I don't have any words apart from thank you. Thank you very, very, very much.
Hello everyone, and very warm welcome to our information section today. My name is Hong. I'm the Director of Admissions at CIS. Thank you for taking the time to join us. We're delighted to have you here as we share more information about CIS School and our academic program, our learning environment, and what makes our school a meaningful choice for students and families. So whether you are a parent exploring option for your child, a student curious about our pathway, or simply interested in learning more about CIS, we hope this section will be very informative and helpful for you. So during the section, we'll walk you through the key highlights of the school and answer some of the most common questions. Please feel free to leave your question in the comments box. Our team will be very happy to address them. So once again, welcome and let's get started. It's my distinct pleasure to introduce our esteemed guest, who is an expert in education for years. Joining us today is Dr. Chandra Mcgowan, the head of the school at CIS. So welcome, Dr. Chandra. Before we go to the main section, could you please briefly introduce yourself?
Thank you so much, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Dr. Chandra, and yes, I am the head of school here at the Canadian International School. I have lived and worked in 4 different countries. I've been here as a school leader in Vietnam for 6 years. I have a PhD in international education from George Mason University. So it's a real privilege to be here today.
Thank you, Dr. Chandra. So before diving into the criteria for choosing a proper international school, many parents may have been wondering, why is CIS always the top of mind when it comes to the international K-12 education, especially in Vietnam? Could you please briefly highlight the distinctive feature of CIS?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. I think that CIS comes to mind because families associate us with trust, quality, and consistency. We are 17 years old and we've always offered a strong K-12 pathway. We have excellent academic outcomes and, most importantly, a caring and supportive environment. Values truly drive our culture here, and I think parents see that, and they see that their students or their children are supported not just academically, but as individuals. And that confidence that they have in us is why CIS continues to stand out.
So Dr. Chandra, from your perspective as an education expert, and especially as a parent yourself, what common misconceptions do parents tend to have when choosing a school for their children?
This is an excellent question, and I do talk to families about this, both as a head of school and as a family member myself. And I think a misconception is that, people might think just because a school has impressive facilities or a really well-known curriculum, that might automatically mean it's the best fit. But in reality, what really matters the most is when students feel at home in a school environment. So parents sometimes focus really heavily on a brand name or maybe on exam results. Of course, those are important, but an important factor that shouldn't be overlooked is the relationship between the teacher and the student, as well as the family and the school. So I think parents should always be looking for schools with a well-being component, and also how do they use their values to educate, and how do they use their values to shape school culture. I think those are really important to develop that connection between the students and the families. And again, the ideal situation is that students feel at home here. We want them to be excited to walk through the doors every day. So those are the things I would be looking for.
Great, thank you so much. So Dr. Chandra, now, if I were a parent holding a checklist to carefully evaluate international schools, what should I be looking for? Could you share a practical checklist for our parents?
Sure. As I mentioned, that clear pathway from early education to graduation is really important. So research does indicate that the longer a student stays in a school, the better they perform, because it gives the student ability to build relationships with teachers and their peers. As students get older, those relationships with their peers become even more important because they're collaborating on assignments, and we really see that true in the IB program. Our grade 12 students rely so heavily on each other when they're getting through exams. I think another factor I would look at on my checklist would be how well are the teachers qualified? Are they stable? And also, how do they support students? For example, at CIS, we have an advisory program. I love this about our school because our students start every single morning with the same teacher. So they have a 10-minute check-in, and then about once a month they have a longer session. But they look forward to seeing their advisor every day. Their advisor helps them think about what's coming ahead and even greets them. And that relationship is really important. And then I think another thing I would put on my checklist is the well-being component, as I mentioned earlier. How does the school care for students? How do they safeguard? But also, how are they proactive in helping students develop character and well-being? Because they are, at the end of the day, not only studying to be smart, but we want them to be good people in our world. And another thing I would add would be, how does the school communicate? And I know we've talked about this, but again, having that two-way communication is important. And I think we mentioned a lot about virtual opportunities to connect online, but we also at CIS offer parent coffees and different community events, different fairs, and different celebrations. And those are the look-fors that parents should be seeking to stay connected not only to the school, but also to fellow parents. So those would be the things, but really I think maybe even more important than all of this would be, does the school's values align with your family values? So for me and my family, I really want my kids to be kind. I want them to be kind people, and I want them to really think about how they treat others. And at CIS, care is our #1 value. So that really does align with what I want to see in my son and daughter as well as they continue. So I think those would be the things I would look for, and so I hope they're helpful.
Thank you, Dr. Chandra. So from your perspective as an education expert and especially as a parent yourself, what common misconceptions do parents tend to have when they choose a school for their children?
And importantly, we want children to feel safe and challenged so that they genuinely learn. I think it's also important to mention that just because a school has amazing facilities or maybe a high tuition, it doesn't necessarily guarantee success or university acceptance. In fact, what truly makes a difference, again, is that relationship between the teacher and the student. What you want to see is your child excited to come to school. You want to see your child eager to perform for their teachers. And I think what universities are looking for is students who can think critically and communicate well. And a part of our curriculum, we focus on those character traits and that resilience. So we want students to learn those skills so that they're well suited for university.
Great. So could you please share a little bit about the communication between the school and the parents at CIS?
Yeah. So we connect with our families in multiple ways. One way is through, of course, emails and newsletters. So those are sent out on a regular basis to keep parents informed about activities or to recap important events. We also, of course, have our Facebook page, which you can see lots of wonderful photos and posts of what's going on. But if you really dig into the academics, the best place to look is our platform called ManageBack, which is a all one-stop shop for everything you need to know about a student's life. You see lesson plans, you see assignment due dates, you see grades, and of course you see the report cards there, as well as attendance. So we have multiple ways to reach our families, and we have a very professional platform to continue to communicate.
ManageBack sounds a little bit familiar to me.
Yes.
Is this the software used in IB school over all the world?
Yes. ManageBack is the most popular IB school platform. So it stands for Managed Baccalaureate. And it has actually came out from a CAS project, which was a service learning project from students in the IB about 20 years ago now.
Wow.
So it's very homegrown from the IB and something that a lot of IB schools use.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah. I think it's also important to mention maybe a misconception around high tuition fees as well.
Right.
So, you know, just because the tuition fee might be high and the facilities might be amazing, again, it doesn't necessarily correlate into university acceptance or good results for students. Again, I think the most important thing to look for is that university pathway. And having a team of teachers, leaders, and other counselors to help students develop their passions, help them identify their goals as early and often as they can, and then working with the school to develop a university pathway. And that's something I think we're really doing well here at CIS. We start looking really closely at students' passions and interests starting from grade 7. And then by the time they're in grade 9, they have a pretty clear idea of what their courses should look like so they can start thinking about universities. So this is something, again, I think that might be a misconception that just because tuition's high or facilities are great, we should also be looking at the different setup we have toward university.
Thank you, Dr. Chandra. So talking about, these are all very important element to choose a school for the children, but I would strongly suggest that the parents should also look for really need to invest into the school visit.
Yes.
So that they can feel actually what is happening, what's going on at the school, and check with your friends, talk with your friends, and feel it yourself by visiting the school, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah. That environment, and when you walk into a school, you can feel that you belong.
Yes.
So
and maybe right from the first moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. So parents, please do remember that you can leave your comments at our comments place so that our team can address, can help answer later. Thank you.
Thank you.
So Dr. Chandra, we heard a lot about the international standards, especially for international schools, something about accreditation. But how can we really verify them?
It's a really good question, and it's such an important question. So I think that one way parents can truly understand how well a school meets a global standard is by looking for these accreditations. And what's really unique about CIS is we are the first school to offer 3 different accreditations that show we are at an excellent global standard. So I love working at CIS because we are a part of a bigger school group, and we all share one accreditation as a school group, and that is Cognia. In addition to that, we also are accredited by the Council of International Schools. And the Council of International Schools, in my opinion, is the leader in global recognition. They truly look at every aspect of a school, everything from the curriculum, the teaching, the facilities, the safeguarding, even the hiring process of teachers. So the Council of International Schools accreditation is top notch. And then finally, in February of 2025, we earned our WASC accreditation. And this is a unique accreditation because it really helps to further signify our high school diploma. So this is a well-known validity for universities to look for on a high school diploma, and it adds another layer of global recognition. So we are so extremely proud of our 3 accreditations, and I'm so proud of our teachers and faculty who helped us gain these accreditations. So I think having all 3 shows families that we are confident in our offerings. We have a strong global presence so that when students leave our care, they have a very well-established high school diploma. So these are the things I think that families should always be looking for.
Great, thank you so much. Yeah. So talking about, again, accreditation, I heard parents sharing that accreditations can be so-called like a passport to many universities, is it right?
In some ways, yeah, that is true. So I think, for example, WASC is a well-known global standard, especially in North America and as well as in Europe. So those that accreditation does help us stand out, and it's very familiar there. And as well as our Council of International Schools, that is known all over the world. And so I think holding those accreditations next to our high school diploma and along our name really does help us globally, for sure.
Great. Yes. So from many parents, when researching international schools, especially monolingual international schools, often worry about the curriculum. The curriculum may be overly academic and highly demanding for students. So for CIS perspective, is its perception accurate? And could you please share more about CIS learning pathway and academic program?
Absolutely. This is probably one of my favorite things to talk about. I am a firm believer that every single child can learn the IB diploma. And in fact, we've structured a program and pathways in order to make this happen. So, of course, it is true that the IB is rigorous and it is difficult. However, the IB also believes in offering students a sufficient challenge. So when schools work closely with their communities and with their families, they can develop multiple different avenues and pathways for students to choose courses that are the just right fit for them. So at CIS, we have a lot of different ways students can access the diploma by offering multiple different courses. So that's one way I think we help to give students balance when it comes to rigor and stress, but as well as voice and choice in what they're learning. I also think that having again, I've talked a lot about well-being, and we have 5 counselors at our school. Yeah, we're so lucky. Those 5 counselors also help students when they feel stressed, because of course students are going to feel overwhelmed and stressed at times. And those counselors work with them when they feel stressed, but they also work with our teachers to be proactive about teaching kids skills on how to handle stress, but also how to handle their work habits so that they don't get stressed. So I think we should always be looking for a balance of proactive and reactive approaches to well-being. And again, that will help a school implement the IB program in a successful way for any and all children to access it.
Great. Thank you so much. Very impressive.
Thank you.
5 counselors. So do you have a counseling office? I heard, we heard that we have. So the counseling office will, consist of psychology and also like career counselors as well?
Yeah, that's great. We have a kind of a comprehensive counseling team. Some have more expertise in the university counseling and with social emotional counseling, and some have more of a psychology background. But together they make a great team, and I'm confident in saying that students' needs are met. So.
Okay, thank you. So at CIS, the ultimate outcomes for students, EIB diploma, as far as I know, and the result of this exam largely depend on how CIS students, how CIS structure the learning pathway and guide the expected outcome at the high school level. Could you please share more about the CIS designs this learning pathway?
Yes, so we structure our K to, grade 11 program to ensure for IB readiness. So we have different levels of challenge and different levels of support. And what we want, our ultimate goal, is for every child in grade 11 to start the IB diploma. So we want all students to try the full diploma. However, along the way, they work closely with their teachers and the IB coordinator to decide what's right for them. So students will always leave our care with a CIS diploma, but then they also have the choice to decide, do they want the full diploma or do they want to take IB courses for certain other pathways or certain other university acceptances. So that's what I think makes us unique, is that we want to have everyone try and then decide what's right for them as they go through the first year of the diploma.
Wow. This is very different, because as far as I know, the student normally would just choose because they may choose the easy part for themselves. But we believe that every choice will, have a full potential if,
Yes.
if they are motivated.
Exactly.
Talking about the diploma, the IB diploma, when the student chooses the subjects, when they have a chance to change their mind, like in a way, would it be allowed?
So yes, we do give them a little bit of a chance to change their mind. When they're in grade 10, we have them start making choices.
Right.
And we do build the program based on their choices. And then when they're in grade 11, we give them a couple of weeks to change their mind. Once they're in their grade 11 classes, they're committed to them until essentially they graduate. So what the choice option becomes is, do they want to take their IB course in the IB learning environment? Do they want to take that for high school credit, or do they want to take it for the IB's rigor and assessment package? So everyone in the class might be learning psychology, but some students might choose psychology at the higher level, and some students might choose psychology at the standard level. And so this happens because our teachers are dedicated to differentiation. So everyone's learning similar content, but their assessments might look very different. And our HL classes actually are more hours. So students are required to meet about 100 more hours for their higher level courses. So they're getting a lot more learning time in a smaller environment with their HL other students.
Great, excellent. I would really love to talk with you more about the IB, because it's a very interesting topic. I believe that many parents are interested in this, but we may come back in another part. So Dr. Chandra, as far as I know, CIS is defined as a 5-star international school in Ho Chi Minh City. Could you share a little bit about this?
Yeah, so we have 5 stars. First is our star students. So we push our students to not only achieve academically, of course, but also through sports and art. And again, they must be guided by that care, integrity, and success, which is our driving values here at CIS. We have star teachers and coaches. So for example, our golf coach, Ms. Bao, she has a LGA Class A qualification, and An Vien is our swim coach, who is a national athlete and has many more, provided many more support and training to our Wolves team. So it makes our sports program truly exceptional. Our star facilities, we have 5 acres here in Phu My Hung, and one of the top learning spaces, sports zones, and green acres for daily excellence in our community. And our star parents. We are united by incredible parent community who are leaders in business and government, as well as science, and they share that same global vision for their children that we do. And finally, of course, our programs. We have star programs in the IB, and we're also incorporating more and more AP options into our pathways. And as I mentioned before, we have our 3 accreditations in Council of International Schools, Cognia, and WASC. So this helps us emphasize a student-centered approach in our programs.
Great, thank you so much. So mentioning about the AP courses, could you please share a little bit, like how many AP courses CIS offer for the new school year?
Yeah, so we have a well-established IB program that's over 10 years old. Our AP program is in its 3rd year, and we're really proud of the growth. Our students did come to us and say that they wanted more rigor early on in high school, so we started to offer more AP courses in grades 9 and 10. So yeah, it's really cool because right now we have 3 classes, and based on students' request, next year we're going to have 10 AP classes in our high school.
Impressive.
Yeah, so we're excited to see how that comes together next school year.
Wow. So like the student will learn AP for like pretty much like a foundation before moving, like to be ready for the IB courses.
Exactly.
Wow, excellent idea.
Yeah, yeah, we've tailor-picked certain AP courses because we feel it will give students a great foundation for their IB in grade 11 and 12.
Wow, so cool. As you mentioned about the 5-star, one of the 5-star is star students. I'm sure the parents are very curious about this.
Yes.
In which areas that the CIS students have achieved notable accomplishment. And could you please briefly share some of these achievements with us?
Yeah. One of the things that always comes first to mind is our IB scores. So we have really incredible results, consistent results with 100% pass rate in our student body.
Wow.
We also have had 6 students score a score of 40 or above. So that's something I think that we're all very proud of. We are consistently at least 3 points above the world average in our IB results.
Impressive.
Yeah. And we also have lots of scholarships from our students. So among the universities in our current graduating class, so the class of 2025, they earned over 400 university offers and over $20 million in scholarship value.
Wow.
Yeah.
So impressive.
Yeah.
I'm sure the parents will be very happy to learn about this. So moving forward, I think we have pretty much a number of questions from parents leaving at our comments. Should we move forward to that?
Sure.
So Dr. Chandra, before we moving to answering the question from parents directly, there is one more question from myself for parents who are considering transferring their children to CIS at this key stage. Then what is the most important things they should prepare or keep in mind?
I think the most important thing for parents to look for when they join CIS is that it's not just about the grades or about past curriculum, but to remember that it's about the whole child here at CIS. So I think I like to advise parents to remember that it takes time for students to settle into an environment.
Right.
And I think the best thing they can do to prepare for the transition is talk to their son or daughter about what they're excited about, what are their strengths, and also what are their needs. And I would advise that parents would share that with the school so that the teachers would be informed from day one about what might they be anxious about, what might they be looking forward to. That way it helps the student transition very smoothly into the environment. Of course, it's always good to read about our curriculum and prepare, which we can, as a school, happy to share with parents where we are in our learning. It's quite easy to find because all of our teachers do give a weekly newsletter about what they are learning and what they plan to learn in the following weeks. And of course, ManageBack has our entire curriculum for the whole year mapped. So that's nothing for parents to worry about. I think what really the focus should be about is that emotional transition. Because I know when I meet new students, they're so nervous on the first day, and we go out of our way to make them feel comfortable and welcome. And we have a lot of new students here at CIS, so we always encourage our students to make others feel comfortable. And we do assign students a buddy so that they have someone that they can ask questions to. So those ambassadors really help everyone settle in. So.
Wow, excellent. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So one of the, just briefly note is about sharing, right? So many times that the parents are ready, but the students are not.
Yes.
So if you can share with your child, as long as you have a plan, so that they can understand, and then they themselves will be ready first in mind before they transition, right? Okay. Thank you so much. So now look at the number of the questions from parents. We will now start addressing them. And so parents, should you still have any more questions during the section, please just kindly leave them in the comments section. Continue to do so we will address them each question accordingly. So question number 1, will studying at CIS allow students to take entrance exams or apply to university in Vietnam later on? Very interesting.
Yes, absolutely. Our high school diploma is valid all over the world, but absolutely here in Vietnam. So we do have many students choose to stay in Vietnam to study. And we, of course, work closely with our guidance team and our students to make sure that they find the right placements here in Vietnam as well as abroad.
Right, thank you so much. Question number 2, if a child's English level is not yet up to standard. Does CIS accept them and provide additional support?
Absolutely. And I love how you use the word yet. We believe that all students can reach the academic English level that they need for the IB diploma. So we work very closely with our ELA program, which stands for English Language Acquisition Program. We have a group of teachers that work with students to provide them support, and also we have additional classes after school if a parent and family or child decide they want to take advantage of that. They just sign up for extra support. It's not a requirement, but it is encouraged if students feel that they're behind.
Right. So, and is this program like included into the tuition fee schedule, or is it an extra paid?
Yeah, so our ELA program is within the school day. So our teachers work with the students during the school day, as well as those teachers work with the other teachers of those students to make sure that they're differentiating to meet the English level needs. So that is included in our tuition. However, the after-school program is an additional fee if families want to take advantage of extra lessons in English.
Excellent. It's beautiful. So question number 3, what does the tuition fee at CIS cover, and are there any additional costs? I think I can handle this one. So being in charge of the admission office, the published tuition fee at the CIS covers academic instruction, access to learning materials used at school, and student accident insurance, and participation in school clubs. 2 sessions per week, right? Additional charge may apply, including the entrance assessment fee, a one-time enrollment fee only, a uniform fee, English language support, which is like out of school time, or additional language program fee if applicable. So as well as optional services such as school meals and bus transportation. We do offer that, but fee is excluded. Fee for field trips and external activity are not included in the tuition fee as well.
Yes.
So, and then the next question, does CIS currently offer scholarship or tuition discounts for new students? Very interesting. And yes, CIS offer talent scholarship for new students from grade 6 to grade 11 in 2 areas, academics and sports. Since we got the investment from the EQuest Education Group, the scholarship offer in the next in the past few years, and for the coming academic school year 2026-2027, we do offer a number of talent scholarships. So scholarships, we offer values range from 60 to up to 100% of tuition fees, depending on the students' achievements. So applicants are required to have strong academic results, GPA at least like B+, or like 8.0 for MOS system or higher. And the award achievement at city level prefer national levels and above. In addition, CIS offer very limited early payment tuition discounts as well, up to 10% for the very first year of enrollment, subject to specific payment timelines and approach grade level. Yeah, great. So, and the next question, beyond academics, does CIS offer a variety of clubs and sports activities for students? This I will ask Dr. Chandra to share.
Yeah. So our club offering is very comprehensive. We have over 60 clubs that we offer our students.
Wow.
Yeah, after school on Mondays and Wednesdays. So they can choose from so many different options. There are 2 kinds of clubs we offer. Some are student-led, so the ideas come from the students themselves. For example, we have some service learning clubs that students are really passionate about. For example, Heartbeat Vietnam, different partners that we work with. Students meet in clubs to think about ways to fundraise or promote awareness of these different NGOs. as well as we have sport clubs, art clubs. We have something called wool painting, which I had never heard of.
Wow.
Yeah. So our students are also invited to join clubs that teachers think of. So if a teacher has an interest, such as wool painting or chess or something like this, the students can also join the teacher-led clubs. So they get a variety of choice.
So like when the student starts a new school year, they will get chance to choose a club before it starts.
Yeah, good question. We have 3 club cycles. Those 3 club cycles align also with our sports offerings so that students can pick and choose. Sometimes students do both clubs and sports, and sometimes students just choose to do one or the other. But we offer lots of flexibility and something after school every day.
Great, thank you. Next question will be about the teacher's profile. Can you share more about the teacher's profiles at CIS?
Yeah, as I mentioned, we have a very comprehensive and inclusive program here. So we absolutely have dedicated and qualified teachers to offer those differentiations that are needed to help students thrive. So every teacher that we employ has to have a teaching license or a teaching credential, but they are from all over the world, which I think is a wonderful benefit for our students because they're learning from different teachers from many different nationalities. So I think that's a huge benefit that our students receive here at an international school. And of course, we have our Vietnamese teachers as well that also support the Vietnamese language and literature classes, as well as the Ministry of Education requirements. So all bases are covered here, and we have incredibly caring and qualified teachers.
So does it mean that the expat students will have to learn Vietnamese as well, or like only Vietnamese students?
So Vietnamese passport holders are required to learn Vietnamese. However, expat students, and we have around 20% of those or more, choose to take a foreign language. And right now we offer either French, which is very popular, or Mandarin.
Okay, thank you. Right. The question number 7, how does the school keep parents updated on their child's academic progress? So as far as I know, CIS use ManageSpark as its main academic management platform, as you shared before, allowing parents to regularly monitor students' learning progress, grades, assignment, and assessment, right?
Yeah, we don't want parents to have to wait till the report card comes out. We do 4 reporting cycles. So in the semester, we do kind of like a term 1 and then a term 2. And then we do it again in the second semester. But at the same time, any day I can look right now and see how my son or daughter are doing in their classes because ManageBack has active and live data there, and including really wonderful feedback comments on how they did on their assignments. So that's something that is pretty new for us, and I think parents are really enjoying having that daily interaction if they need it.
Beautiful, thank you. Question number 8. Can parents pay tuition by term instead of for the full year? I think I can manage this one. And the answer is yes. Parents may choose to pay tuition either in full installment or for the academic year or in 2 installments. However, tuition paid in installments is higher than the full year payment. And the promotional discount only apply for a full year payment plans. In addition, payment may apply for 0% interest installment payment plans through the school's partners banks. This is very good. Subject to the terms and additional of the respective banks as well.
Great.
And then the last question is question number 9. Does the school provide a bus service and which districts are covered? Okay, so yes, and we do provide school bus service across most districts in the city. Each area typically has, each district will typically have 2 to 3 designated pick up and drop off points. Door-to-door service is available at additional cost of approximately about 15 to 20%, depending on the location and route convenience. So some remote districts may be not covered. Thank you so much, Dr. Chandra. It's very meaningful sharing. So we still have many questions here, but due to the limited time, we would like to get back to them, to the parents directly. So parents, if you still have any more questions for us, please leave your question into our comments box or inbox us. Or contact our admission office, so we will be getting back to you. So Dr. Chandra, before we wrap up, please share a few closing words for parents.
Oh, fantastic. I really hope today was helpful, and thank you for your time today and listening to our sharing. I hope you've gained a clearer picture of the overall learning journey here at CIS, and I hope that you're able to make a more confident and well-informed decision when choosing the most suitable pathway for your son or daughter. I also wanted to leave you with the thought that choosing a school is one of the most important decisions a family can make. I believe that a high-quality international education is one of the most incredible gifts that a child can have. And we understand this at CIS, and we take this responsibility very, very deeply. And at CIS, we work diligently every single day to ensure that students are learning, and we know that it's a privilege to serve your families. So thank you again so much, and I hope that we see you soon.
Thank you so much, Dr. Chandra. So thank you so much, parents, for joining us today. We hope that you would have a useful and helpful section. And if you do have any more concern or question, please do contact our admission office. And as we mentioned before, please come and visit us, feel it yourself, and let your child feel it before choosing the proper school for the long run. Thank you, and see you again. Goodbye for now.